guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you find this video. It's Kid Bombing here. So I'd like to thank you for supporting my channel, and we appreciate you guys and keeping my channel growing and support my creativity. I appreciate you guys. So I've got a thing I can show you. I have got Walt Disney's Pinocchio and the Whale. This is published by Random House book publication edition. So this is a 1970s illustration, and this is Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Reading. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and let's begin reading to you guys. Pinocchio, the little wooden puppet, had come home at last. He and his friend Jiminy Cricket had been away for many days. On the door was a piece of paper. The paper was a letter from the Blue Fairy. Pinocchio, dear Pinocchio, I have very bad news. Geppetto, your father, went fishing. He fell into the sea, was swallowed by the monster in the whale. The Blue Fairy. My poor father, cried Pinocchio. We must go down to the sea and save him. Jiminy Cricket pointed with his umbrella. The sea is that way, he said, but it is miles and miles from here. I don't care how far it is, said Pinocchio. I have to find Geppetto. Pinocchio and Jiminy walked and walked. They passed through towns, they passed by shepherds, and still they went on and on. At last they reached the sea. They stared at it from a high cliff. Look at all that water, said Pinocchio. How will we ever find Master the Whale? We may as well jump in, said Jiminy Cricket. They jumped off the cliff into the water far below. Down they drift through the green watery world. The fish were very surprised to see Jiminy and Pinocchio. Soon the wooden boy and the cricket landed on the bottom of the sea. What fun! Cried Jiminy as they floated around. If we are going to find Geppetto, said Pinocchio, we had better start looking for him. Have you seen Master the Whale? He asked an octopus. At the sound of Master's name, the octopus swam away in fright. So did 8 little fish. Everyone is afraid of Master, said Jiminy. He must be terrible or not. We must keep looking for him, said Pinocchio. We have to save Geppetto. They kept on walking until they came to something big and dark. What could it be? A cave. It was Monstrous sound asleep. We have to wake him up, said Pinocchio, if we want to find Geppetto. How do we wake up the whale? Asked Jiminy. I should think we had better let him sleep. Just then, Monstrous opened one sleepy eye. He was awake and hungry. He opened his huge wide mouth. Everything nearby was sucked inside. Fish, water, Jiminy Cricket, even Pinocchio. The great wave carried them right into Monstrous' belly. We did it, Jiminy, said Pinocchio. Now we can find Geppetto. Sure enough, deep inside the whale was a battered little ship. On it sat Geppetto fishing. Geppetto's cat Figaro mewed safely. I know you are hungry, Geppetto said. If Monstro does not swallow some fish soon, we'll all starve. Geppetto's pretty fish, Cleo, stared out of her bowl. She was hungry too. All at once, big waves rocked the little boat from side to side, and Geppetto caught a big fish on his line. Then he caught another fish. It was so big that Geppetto caught it hardly pulled it in. Oh, no wonder, this time he had caught Pinocchio and Chimney Cricket. Pinocchio, my son, cried the happy old man. Is it really you? He hugged a little boy that he had carved out of wood so long ago. Father, said Pinocchio, I have come to save you. There is no way out to get out of here, said Geppetto sadly. I know the way, said Pinocchio. First, we must build a raft, he said. So they went to work with hammers and nails. Now we must make the whale open his mouth, said Pinocchio. So set fire to Geppetto's fishing boat. Hot black smoke began to fill Monstro's belly. It tickled his throat and came pouring out of his mouth. The whale snorted, then he coughed. Finally he sneezed, achoo. The raft came shooting out of his mouth. Pinocchio and Geppetto grabbed a mace and held on tightly. Monstro was angry, very angry. He swam through the water with his jaws wide open. The little raft tipped up on one end. Watch out, cried Geppetto. He was swallowed again. Suddenly, they all spilled into the sea. Geppetto, Cleo, Pinocchio, Figaro, and Chimney Cricket. Swim for your lives, shouted Pinocchio. Poor old Geppetto soon grew tired. Leave me behind, he said. Save yourselves. But Pinocchio put his arm around Geppetto. He kept an old man from sinking. It was a very hard work, the little wooden boy. Finally, they reached land. Pinocchio was so tired he could hardly drag Geppetto out of water. He must have fell right on top of Figaro. When Geppetto saw Pinocchio lay there, he sobbed, "My poor son, you did this to save my life." He picked up the wooden little boy and carried him home. Geppetto put Pinocchio to bed under the warm quilt. When he saw the little wooden boy laying there so still, he had to wipe the tears from his eyes. Chimney, Figaro, Chimney, and evil Cleo were all very sad. Suddenly, the blue fairy floated into the room. She touched Pinocchio with her wand. Because you are so brave and thought of Geppetto instead of yourself, she said, I am changing you into the real little boy. Look, father, Pinocchio cried. I am not wooden anymore. I am real. Geppetto's heart was filled with joy. He and Chimney began to play a merry tune, while Pinocchio and Figaro danced a jig. The blue fairy smiled. She knew that Geppetto had always wanted a real little boy. At last, his wish had came true. This is the end. So I hope you enjoyed listening to me reading Disney's Pinocchio and the Whale. Some of you are interested, and if you feel free, please subscribe to my channel to hit this bell notification, and don't miss out the future contents. Always remember that, and don't forget it. And if you enjoyed this video, please write your comments down below and give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please stay tuned for another read aloud videos, and I hope you have a nice day, and thank you very much.